The high-octane world of Formula One, where speed isn't just a thrill, but a way of life. Strap in tight as we journey through the twists and turns of one man's remarkable story, a tale that reads like a Hollywood blockbuster. Picture this. January 23, 2017, Liberty Media steps up to the podium, dropping a jaw-dropping $4.4 billion to claim ownership of F1, putting an end to a 4-decade reign of one man who was the undisputed star of the show. Who was this mastermind behind the wheel? None other than Bernie Ecclestone. But let's rewind the tape a bit. Long before the big bucks and global dominance, Ecclestone was just a racing enthusiast with a dream. In 1951, a nasty collision with Bill Whitehouse sent him flying from the cockpit. But instead of throwing in the towel, Ecclestone took a detour into real estate while keeping a keen eye on the car business. Fast forward to 1957, and he's back in the game, this time managing driver Stuart Lewis Evans. But tragedy struck at the 1958 Moroccan Grand Prix, when Lewis's engine went up in flames, leaving Ecclestone reeling from the loss of a close friend. Yet amidst the turmoil, Ecclestone soldiered on, embodying the resilience that defines champions. The 60s were a turbulent time for Formula One. Teams were pushing the limits of innovation, but with innovation came a hefty price tag. Money was tight, and the sport relied heavily on manufacturers for support. And let's not forget the safety concerns plaguing the sport, with tragic accidents claiming the lives of legends like Wolfgang von Trips and Jim Clark. Ecclestone wasn't just a spectator in this drama, he was a key player, managing Y and Rin, and even partially owning Rin's Lotus Formula 2 team. Ecclestone was deeply entrenched in the heart of the racing world. But tragedy struck again when Rin lost his life in a crash at the Monza circuit in 1970. Casting a shadow over Ecclestone's triumphs. But Ecclestone wasn't one to back down from a challenge. As the 70s unfolded, he emerged as a driving force in F1, navigating the sport through the treacherous waters of financial uncertainty and global recession. His shrewd business acumen and unwavering determination were the fuel that kept F1's engines soaring. Fast forward to the 21st century, and Ecclestone's legacy looms large over the world of motorsport. Love him or hate him, there's no denying the indelible mark he's left on Formula One. From daring deals to high-stakes negotiations, Ecclestone's story is a testament to the power of passion and perseverance. In 1971, he swooped in and purchased Brabham Racing, kickstarting a revolution that would change the face of Formula One forever. With a keen eye for talent and an ironclad determination, Ecclestone turned Brabham into a force to be reckoned with. From signing top designers like Gordon Murray to securing star drivers like Nelson Piquet and Niki Lauda, Bernie was the driving force behind Brabham's meteoric rise. But what set Bernie apart wasn't just his knack for picking winners. It was his unparalleled attention to detail. From color-coded uniforms for mechanics to a relentless pursuit of perfection, Brabham set the standard for excellence on and off the track. And as the sport's popularity soared, so did Bernie's bank account. He understood the value of television rights long before anyone else, ensuring that Formula One became a global spectacle watched by millions. But Bernie wasn't content with just revolutionizing the racing scene. He wanted to shake up the entire industry. In 1974, he spearheaded the formation of the Formula One Constructors Association, cementing his status as a key player in the sport. And when he took the reins as CEO in 1978, alongside legal heavyweight Max Mosley, it was game over for his rivals. Together, Bernie and Max were a force to be reckoned with. While Mosley thrived in the political arena, Ecclestone had his sights set on the bottom line. They were a match made in heaven, or perhaps hell, depending on who you ask. Armed with a shared vision and a healthy dose of cunning, they took on the establishment and won. But Bernie's legacy isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about passion and perseverance. He saw the potential in Formula One when others saw only a sport. And thanks to his tireless efforts, F1 became more than just a race. It became a global phenomenon. Sponsorships poured in faster than a pit crew changing tires, as brands clamored to hitch their wagons to the Formula One phenomenon. With Bernie at the helm, the race promoters lost their bargaining power faster than a rookie driver spinning out on the first lap. In television networks, they needed Bernie more than a car needs gasoline. The man had the golden touch, turning Formula One into must-watch TV. But Bernie wasn't just raking in cash, he was wielding power like a seasoned pro. By striking annual TV rights deals covering every race, Bernie had broadcasters eating out of his hand faster than a driver hitting the accelerator. And get this, it was all Bernie's brainchild. The man was a strategic genius, outmaneuvering his opponents with the finesse of a Grand Prix champion. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the FIA, the sport's governing body, was content to let Bernie do the heavy lifting. Little did they know, Bernie was amassing power faster than a car rounding the final corner. With the OFCA, Bernie's brainchild, calling the shots, the FIA found themselves playing catch-up in a game they didn't even know they were in. But every hero needs a nemesis, and in 1978, Bernie met his match in the flamboyant Jean-Marie Balestre, the new president of the FIA. Determined to wrest control from Bernie and the British teams, Balestre declared war, setting the stage for a battle royale that would make the Monaco Grand Prix look like a Sunday drive. Picture this. Behind the scenes, when the cameras weren't rolling, a battle of wits unfolded between Ecclestone and the FIA president. It was a game of cat and mouse, with secrets and alliances lurking around every corner. Bernie, always one step ahead, tracked down the FIA president's calls, discovering a clandestine conversation with Lotus boss Colin Chapman. Sensing trouble, Bernie swooped in, charming Chapman with compliments and flattery, securing his allegiance with finesse. Talk about a strategic masterstroke. But Bernie's toolkit went beyond smooth talking. His personal connections with track owners and government officials gave him the edge when it mattered most. From cozying up to King Juan Carlos for control of the circuit to orchestrating negotiations in the dead of night, Bernie played the game like a seasoned pro. And when it came to bluffing, Bernie had nerves of steel. During the South Africa Grand Prix, when the FIA president declared the race wouldn't count towards the championship, Bernie didn't bat an eye. Instead, he rallied the teams, covered costs, and even provided tires out of his own pocket. Now that's what I call playing hardball. But Bernie's crowning achievement came in the form of the Concord Agreement, a game-changing pact that reshaped the landscape of Formula One. With Enzo Ferrari by his side, Bernie dealt the final blow to his rivals, cementing his dominance in the sport. In 1995, Ecclestone's influence reached its peak when Max Mosley's FIA handed him the commercial rights to F1 for a jaw-dropping 15 years. Yep, you heard that right. One man, one sport, 15 years. It was a coronation of sorts, a nod to Bernie's unrivaled power over the destiny of Formula One. But Bernie was just getting started. In a move straight out of a playbook, he transferred ownership of his Formula One empire to his wife Slavica in 1996. Talk about a power move. This maneuver wasn't just about taxes. It was all part of Bernie's intricate plan to take Formula One to new heights. With the reins of Formula One now firmly in Slavica's hands, Bernie orchestrated a series of groundbreaking deals that reshaped the landscape of the sport. From negotiating a 10-year deal with the teams to inking a robust 15-year agreement with the FIA, Bernie was unstoppable. But Bernie wasn't just making waves in the boardroom. He was making headlines in the political arena too. With a cool $1 million donation to the Labour Party, Bernie showed that he wasn't afraid to play hardball when it came to lobbying the government. And let's just say it caused quite a stir. In 1999, Bernie executed another financial masterstroke, selling a chunk of his empire to Morgan Grenville Private Equity for a staggering $325 million. And just when you thought he couldn't top that, he sold even more of his stake to Hellman and Fredman for an eye-watering $725 million. But while Bernie's financial maneuvers may have raised a few eyebrows, there's no denying the impact he had on Formula One. From bringing new races to iconic tracks to revolutionizing the way the sport was televised, Bernie was the driving force behind Formula One's meteoric rise. But it wasn't all about the money for Bernie. He understood the dangers of the sport, having managed drivers like Stuart Lewis Evans and Jochen Rindt. His unwavering commitment to safety ushered in significant advancements, making Formula One a safer place for its daring protagonists. Yet like all great stories, Bernie's reign eventually came to an end when Liberty Media took over Formula One. But even in his departure, Bernie left his mark on the sport, paving the way for a new era of growth and innovation. From revamped logos to a newfound embrace of social media, Formula One has undergone a visual and digital transformation since Bernie's departure. And while the sport may have changed, Bernie's legacy lives on, reminding us all of the man who owned Formula One like no one else could. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. One of the most ambitious engineering feats of our time, the creation of the new Gordie Howe International Bridge, set to link the United States and Canada like never before. Picture this, a colossal structure spanning over the azure waters, pushing the boundaries of engineering marvels. The Gordie Howe Bridge is gearing up to claim its title as the longest cable-stayed bridge in North America and the 5th longest in the world. That's right, we're talking about a bridge that's not just connecting two nations, but rewriting the skyline of our continent. But why all the fuss? Well, let's talk trade, folks. The US and Canada share the largest trading partnership in the world. In 2021 alone, we're talking a whopping $664 billion worth of goods flowing back and forth. Move over, China. Canada's in the spotlight now. Now picture this: Detroit and Windsor, two bustling cities sitting on either side of the border, where over $300 million worth of goods cross daily. That's a whole lot of commerce, folks. And with traffic projected to skyrocket to 26,500 crossings daily by 2025, we need a bridge that can handle the hustle and bustle. Enter the Gordie Howe Bridge. It's not just a bridge, folks. It's a lifeline for businesses, communities, and economies on both sides of the border. With 6 lanes of traffic and state-of-the-art border processing facilities, this bridge is more than just a connection. It's a gateway to prosperity. We've been watching that bridge deck stretch out over the water for what feels like ages. Can't wait for it to finally open. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but hey, good things come to those who wait, right? The anticipation is palpable, but hold on to your hard hats, folks, because this project hasn't been all smooth sailing. Cue the plot twist: delays and cost overruns. Originally slated for completion by the end of 2024, the opening of the Gordie Howe Bridge has been pushed back to September 2025. And with an extra $700 million tacked onto the bill, it's been quite the roller coaster ride. Yeah, it's been tough. We've faced our fair share of challenges along the way, but hey, we're building more than just a bridge here. We're building a legacy. So what's been the holdup? Well, folks, when you're dealing with a project of this magnitude, delays are par for the course. From weather woes to logistical hurdles, the Gordie Howe Bridge has faced its fair share of roadblocks. Building a bridge of this scale is no small feat. But rest assured, folks, we're pulling out all the stops to ensure that when the Gordie Howe Bridge finally opens its doors, it'll be worth the wait. Now picture this: a bridge that's not just a bridge, but a game changer for transportation between Ontario, Quebec, and Eastern Canada. We're talking about a project that's set to revolutionize the way we move goods and people across the border, folks. So who's behind this monumental endeavor? It's none other than the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority and Bridging North America, teaming up in a public-private partnership to make this dream a reality. And get this: once completed, the bridge will be publicly owned by the governments of Canada and Michigan. Talk about teamwork, right? But here's where it gets even more interesting. This bridge isn't just any old structure, it's named after the legendary Canadian ice hockey player Gordie Howe. With a career spanning 25 years with the Detroit Red Wings, Gordie Howe was a true icon, and this bridge serves as a fitting tribute to his legacy. Fun fact: construction began just 2 years after his passing, making this project even more special. Now let's rewind the clock a bit. The whole shebang started nearly 2 decades ago, when the idea of the Detroit River International Crossing was first conceived back in 2004. The plan was ambitious: to create a bridge that would streamline transportation and boost trade between the US and Canada. But as with any grand project, there were hurdles along the way. First up, construction delays. Originally slated for completion by 2016, the project hit a snag when Canada rejected a $550 million allocation in 2012. But hey, setbacks are just a part of the journey, right? Fast forward to the following year and things started looking up when the federal government of Canada stepped in with funding for the bridge's construction. Let's not forget the crucial permit granted by the US Department of State, giving Michigan the green light to make this bridge a reality. But wait, there's more. This bridge isn't just about connecting 2 countries, it's about fostering economic growth, creating jobs, and strengthening ties between communities on both sides of the border. It's about opening up new opportunities for trade, tourism, and collaboration. In short, it's a bridge to a brighter future. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? It all began with the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority stepping up to the plate, selected to operate this game-changing bridge. But it wasn't until 2017, following a powwow between the newly elected US President Donald Trump and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, that things really kicked into high gear. The 2 governments joined forces, pledging their unwavering support for the speedy completion of this monumental project. Talk about a powerhouse partnership. Fast forward to the following year and cue the drum roll. The consortium Bridging North America swoops in to take the reins as the project's builder. Just like that, the stage was set for what would become one of the most ambitious construction projects of our time. Now let's talk design and features, because trust me, this bridge is no ordinary span of concrete and steel. Oh no, my friends, it's a masterpiece in the making. Picture this: a 1.5-kilometer span stretching majestically over the Detroit River, flanked by 2 towering A-shaped towers standing tall at a staggering 220 meters. But wait, there's more. Right smack dab in the middle, we've got a pair of candle-levered beauties, each a whopping 425 meters long. Talk about architectural eye candy. But here's where it gets even cooler. Those towering towers, they're not just any old structures. They're designed to resemble the curvature of an ice hockey stick, paying homage to none other than the legendary hockey player himself, Gordie Howe. It's a fitting tribute to a true Canadian icon, don't you think? And let's not forget about the backbone of this beast, a network of cables fanning out directly from those towering towers, bearing the weight of the road with ease. It's a marvel of modern engineering, folks. Once complete, the Gordie Howe Bridge will boast 6 motor vehicle lanes, 3 heading to the US and 3 to Canada, along with an 11-meter wide pedestrian and bike path. That's right, folks. We're talking accessibility for all, whether you're driving, biking, or just taking a leisurely stroll. Now, why does this all matter, you ask? Well, buckle up, because here's the kicker. This bridge isn't just about connecting 2 countries, it's about paving the way for the future. With American infrastructure reaching a critical juncture and bridges across the country nearing the end of their lifespan, the Gordie Howe Bridge couldn't come at a more crucial time. It's not just a bridge, it's a symbol of progress, innovation, and collaboration. Manuel, the owner of the Ambassador Ridge, hasn't taken too kindly to the idea of a new kid on the block. He's been throwing up roadblocks left and right, citing everything from trespassing on family land to concerns about lost trade traffic. Let's not forget the legal battles, folks. He sued governments, spent millions on campaigns, and even tried to get President Trump involved. Talk about pulling all the stops. Originally slated to open its doors in November 2024, the bridge is now a whopping 10 months behind schedule, with a budget that's ballooned to a staggering 6.4 billion Canadian dollars. And you can thank none other than the good old pandemic for throwing a wrench in the works. It's been a wild ride, folks, but rest assured, we're inching closer to the finish line with each passing day. 2023 was a year of rapid progress, folks, with over 130 of the bridge's 216 cables installed and half of the 6-lane deck in place. It was the busiest construction year yet. And get this, the towers have already reached their full height of 220 meters. Talk about reaching for the sky. But wait, there's more. In 2024, the Canadian and US sides of the road deck will finally meet over the majestic Detroit River. It's a momentous occasion, folks, and we're just getting started. With the completion of all 216 state cables and the final touches on the point of entry agency buildings, we're inching closer to the finish line with each passing day. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the pandemic. Yes, it threw us a curveball, but thanks to the resilience and determination of the project team, we've managed to stay on track. Sure, there have been delays, but considering the size and complexity of this project, we're pleased to say that we're only 10 months behind schedule. That's right, folks, the show must go on. We're not letting anything stand in our way. As we eagerly await the completion of this remarkable feat of engineering, let's not forget the impact it'll have on one of the most important border crossings in the world. The Gordie Howe Bridge isn't just a bridge. It's a symbol of progress, unity, and connectivity. It's about bringing people together, forging new connections, and opening up opportunities for generations to come. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. The pinnacle of football rivalries, the El Clasico. Real Madrid versus Barcelona, a showdown that transcends mere sport, delving deep into the realms of culture, history, and city pride. But hold on to your seats, folks, because this battle extends beyond the pitch and into the realm of architectural extravagance. Picture this: 2 iconic stadiums, each with a legacy as rich as the game itself. In one corner we have Camp Nou, nestled in the heart of Barcelona, boasting a design that's as breathtaking as the city it calls home. With its 3-layered structure, this stadium is set to redefine the spectator experience, offering unparalleled views and a Mediterranean-inspired ambiance that'll make you feel like you're watching the match in paradise. Now shift your gaze 600 kilometers away and you'll find yourself at the Santiago Bernabéu, the hallowed grounds of Real Madrid. But this isn't your average stadium makeover. Oh no. Real Madrid is going all out with a jaw-dropping exterior wrapped in 60,000 square meters of curved steel. And if that's not enough to make your jaw drop, how about the world's first retractable pitch that runs underground? Talk about taking innovation to a whole new level. But wait, rewind the clock and let's delve into the history books. Back in the 1940s, Real Madrid set the standard for football stadiums at the Santiago Bernabéu, propelling the club into the stratosphere of success. Barcelona quickly followed suit, giving birth to Camp Nou, or as the Catalans like to call it, the New Ground. Fast forward to the 1980s, and both stadiums underwent major facelifts in preparation for the 1982 World Cup. Camp Nou became the largest stadium in the world, while the Bernabéu expanded its horizons, venturing into the realm of multidisciplinary business. But the game doesn't stop there, my friends. Real Madrid is on a mission to future-proof the Bernabéu, transforming it into an architectural marvel that'll stand the test of time. However, it hasn't been smooth sailing. Zoning disputes and financial hurdles have plagued the project. with costs skyrocketing to a mind-boggling $1.5 billion. That's more than 4 times the cost of Inter Miami's new stadium, in case you were wondering. So why the sudden obsession with stadium renovations, you ask? Well, it's simple. It's all about staying ahead of the game, both on and off the pitch. Real Madrid and Barcelona aren't just football clubs. They're global brands, symbols of their respective cities, and ambassadors of the beautiful game. And what better way to assert dominance than with a stadium that's as awe-inspiring as the teams that call it home? Picture this: 2 footballing powerhouses, Real Madrid and Barcelona, locking horns not just on the pitch but in the realm of stadium renovations. It's a showdown of epic proportions, where each club unveils a master plan that could reshape the very landscape of football. Let's kick things off in Barcelona, where Camp Nou is undergoing a metamorphosis of Mediterranean proportions. Think 3 layers of architectural brilliance, maximizing light, expanding walkways, and offering jaw-dropping views over the city. It's a design that screams Barcelona, capturing the essence of this vibrant metropolis. Now, hop on a high-speed train and journey 600 kilometers to Madrid, where the Bernabeu is rewriting the rulebook on stadium design. Brace yourselves for a spectacle of steel with 60,000 square meters of curved brilliance wrapping around the iconic stadium. But wait, there's more. Real Madrid isn't just raising the bar, they're burying it underground with the world's first retractable pitch. Yes, you heard that right. A pitch that disappears like a magician's trick, paving the way for a whole new level of footballing wizardry. But let's rewind the clock a bit and delve into the history books. This rivalry isn't just about goals and glory, it's a tale of 2 cities, each with a stadium steeped in footballing lore. Real Madrid set the stage in the 1940s with the Bernabeu, a state-of-the-art marvel that transformed the footballing landscape. Barcelona wasn't far behind, unveiling Camp Nou in 1957, a cathedral of football that echoed with the cheers of thousands. Fast forward to today, and both stadiums are gearing up for a makeover of epic proportions. Real Madrid aims to future-proof the Bernabeu, transforming it into an architectural icon that stands the test of time. But it hasn't been all smooth sailing, folks. From zoning disputes to ballooning budgets, the road to stadium nirvana has been paved with challenges. Meanwhile, over in Barcelona, plans for Camp Nou's facelift have been in the works for what feels like an eternity. Hindered by financial woes and management meltdowns, it's been a roller coaster ride of delays and setbacks. But fear not, football fans. Now, let's talk philosophy, shall we? The Bernabeu's new look isn't just about aesthetics, it's a tribute to the city that birthed it. With a sleek steel facade that dances in the sunlight and a retractable roof that opens up like a flower in bloom, it's a sight to behold. But the real magic lies beneath the surface, where a groundbreaking pitch awaits. Picture this: a pitch that disappears into the abyss, making way for a new era of footballing excellence. Let's take a peek behind the curtain at the Santiago Bernabeu, where innovation meets ingenuity. Real Madrid isn't just upgrading their stadium, they're revolutionizing the fan experience. A pitch that disappears into thin air, making way for a seamless transition between football matches and other events. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. As fans gaze up from the stands, they'll be greeted by a 360-degree scoreboard, bringing the action to life like never before. And let's not forget about the Skywalk, a breathtaking terrace with panoramic views of the pitch and the city beyond. But wait, there's more. Outside the stadium, a new shopping mall, museum, and restaurants are taking shape, transforming the Bernabeu into a hub of entertainment. But with great innovation comes great cost, and Real Madrid's ambitious plans come with a hefty price tag. From a modest budget of $950 million to a staggering $1.5 billion, this is one investment that's sure to raise eyebrows. Yet even with such a colossal budget, Barcelona isn't backing down. So what does Camp Nou have up its sleeve? Enter the next generation of the Camp Nou, where tradition meets modernity in a symphony of architectural brilliance. Unlike the Bernabeu's bold exterior, Camp Nou is stripping away its facade to integrate seamlessly with the vibrant city of Barcelona. With 3 levels offering stunning views and a retractable roof that doubles as a dazzling light show, this is stadium design at its finest. But don't be fooled by its simplicity. Camp Nou's new design is packed with innovative features aimed at enhancing the fan experience. Steeper stands ensure better visibility, while a brand new third stand eases pedestrian congestion and improves accessibility for all. And let's not forget about that translucent roof, casting a mesmerizing glow over the stadium in a rainbow of colors. A closer look at Camp Nou's makeover. While it might not boast a retractable pitch like its Madrid counterpart, don't let that fool you. A brand spanking new pitch has been laid, setting the stage for an electrifying new era of football in Barcelona. But wait, there's more. Camp Nou is just the tip of the iceberg in the grand Espai Barca redevelopment plan. Picture this: a sprawling complex of state-of-the-art facilities aimed at boosting revenue and enticing new sponsorships. From a revamped Paula Blaugrana with 5,000 extra seats to a Barcelona hub housing the club's official store and museum. This is more than just a stadium renovation, it's a transformation of epic proportions. But how did Barcelona pull off such a grand plan, especially in the wake of financial turmoil? Well, it's all thanks to a little something called flexible structure. By spreading out debt payments over 35 years, Barcelona has managed to turn the tide on financial mismanagement and secure a brighter future for the club. And with revenue projections soaring over $200 million annually, it's safe to say the gamble is paying off. But let's not forget about the Bernabeu, where innovation reigns supreme. From its jaw-dropping steel facade to its revolutionary retractable pitch, Real Madrid is pulling out all the stops to stay ahead of the game. And with a projected $217 million in extra revenue each year, it's clear the investment is worth every penny. As part of the Camp Nou renovation, they've taken desperation to a whole new level. Picture this. They've dug up the old pitch, carbonized it, and transformed it into synthetic diamonds. Yes, you heard that right. You can now literally own a piece of footballing history, but it'll set you back up to $16,000. Talk about turning grass into gold. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. Barcelona is pulling out all the stops with their Espai Barca plan, committing a staggering $1.6 billion to revitalize the club and reclaim their spot at the top of the footballing pyramid. With over $930 million earmarked for Camp Nou alone, over 3 times the original estimate from 2007, this is more than just a renovation. It's a statement of intent, a declaration of Barcelona's unwavering ambition. Construction is well underway, with completion expected by 2025. Get ready to witness a new dawn for FC Barcelona, folks. But the burning question remains, how does Camp Nou stack up against the mighty Bernabeu? In Barcelona, a whole new campus is taking shape, promising a revolution in fan experience. Meanwhile, in Madrid, the Santiago Bernabeu stands as a beacon of stadium design innovation. With its sleek, futuristic exterior and fully retractable, stackable playing pitch, Real Madrid is raising the bar to dizzying heights. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.